Super. Okay, so what I've got here is a lovely lock sent to me by a new friend, and this is this thing, which is one of the ABUS ranges, and it is the P12R, I think. And one of the great joys about this is this will, if I, assuming I pick it, this will be a first pick that I can find, so that's kind of fun. And also, hopefully, it should be reasonably straightforward, because it's not the most challenging lock in the world. Okay, and of course, every time one ever says that, you immediately damn yourself. Here we go. So get a bit of tension on it, and let's quickly run through, then we'll pop it apart and have a look. So I'm pretty sure this is one of the new range. I think this is one of the lower ones in the new range of ABUS locks. Probably going to come in, I don't know, we'll have a look, take it apart and have a look, see what we have in a sec. But kind of always nice picking something new. Got a nice small keyway, which is always good. And would think we can't be a million miles off. Got short little spools, I think. Oops, okay, just reset. I'm trying not to drag my camera out of the way here. Let's retension, just try that again, shall we? A little full set. Try not to nudge. There's a row of top pins. You can kind of see from the little groove at the top there, at the top of the keyway, the top of the lock. Here. So I think there's some. I think they're just key control pins, but we'll see. Okay. Well, I'm having trouble finding anything else that's binding. Let's just drop some pins and see. Clearly overset something. I thought I had it then. Ah, joy. It's a good old camera shy effect. Let's try positioning this way. really solidly locked up pin here. I'm not getting any feedback. Interesting, so let's try a little bit of counter rotation and set it. Well, this is giving me the run around now, isn't it? This is hilarious. Okay, try that again. So ABUS P12R. Dropped everything. Didn't tension the thing properly. One of the fun things about this is I don't think it's actually, not sure that it's commercially available in, certainly in the UK yet. So that's always kind of fun, isn't it? Okay, a bit of a cool turn there. So decent full set. Go through and see if we can get anything to talk to us. There we go. And it's picked. Okay. So let's pull it apart and have a look and see what's in it. So I did dump the other end of this out, but I haven't yet pulled it apart. So let's go to about there. See how we do, shall we? Cool. Okie doke. Let's park that there. And carefully, let's have a look. Okay, so we've got lots of pins in the top row here. So this is interesting. So these are all from the top. Keep everything in shot. And then if I spin this over, it's the best way of doing this carefully like that, you can see all those pins under there as well. They're quite intimidating potentially, but I think as predicted, all of these guys up the top are parts of passive pin control and anti-drill, I guess. They look steel to me. So that's kind of fun. See if we can get some more of those out. Okay. Come on. They have dropped a pin right the way through there. That was kind of fun. That was one of those. That's interesting. So it looks like you could, well, a really interesting thing. In fact, yeah, look, I can push them out from one side. That's kind of fun. So they are really opposed. I wonder, there isn't the possibility of all sorts of challenge lock shenanigans with these. So, there we go then. So nothing terribly exciting in there. Let's have a look in here. So, a short little stubby spool in the first one. Let's have the spring out as well. Oh, blimey, that was a strong spring and a very tall spool. Look, with a little sort of slightly tapered T-pin on. That would be why we took a moment at that. One. Another normal. They all seem to be steel. Another one of these things. These are a very cool pin. I like that. I like that quite a lot. And then right at the back, I reckon we've got, and we do, we've got another little spool. That's groovy, isn't it? So that's our lock, and that, the first. What a funky thing that is. It makes a lot of sense actually, because presumably you can pin this up so it's left or it's right facing, which is rather fun. I like that. That's a good idea. And let's have a look. In fact, yep, you absolutely could. You absolutely can. That's nice. Okay, I see these have got a little on the end. Is there anything clever going on? No, I don't see anything. I don't see what this is doing particularly, but it's quite cool. So there you go. That is the ABUS P12R. Let me just double check that. And let's have a look. I've got a list of it up here. And let's find. Let's have a little look. But yeah, it is. It's the P12R, and it's great. Good little thing. Could be a really fun donor challenge. Could be really fun for challenge locks. I'm loving the idea that you could set this up. You could turn some of these into active. Make the sidebar active in some way. It's kind of could be fun. So we like that very much. The way, of course, these things work in the top is that this thing sits in. Oops. This thing is key control, so it sits in the key, and the act of turning the core pushes this down out of this little ridge here in the top of the keyway. So there's that. Marvelous. So I'm just going to pause the stream for just 1 second.